Thank you for watching SEO video tips from OurChurch.com. In this video, we'll tell you how to optimize your website for the search engines.
Hello and welcome to this edition of SEO Quick Tips for Anyone. I'm Kurt Steinbrook, Director of Marketing Services with OurChurch.com, and today we're going to look a little bit at how to optimize the content of your site. This is going to be a pretty short video for this, so we're not getting into too much depth, otherwise it would get to be a really long video, but we'll give you a couple of quick tips that should be able to help you in the search engines. So let's dive right in. The first thing you'll notice, we are here in our already logged into our admin page. We're going to go ahead and click to edit a page. Alright, we have a page here that's set up for SEO. We're going to say that the keyword that we want to target with this page is the keyword Christian Search Marketing Services. So what we want to do is try to use that keyword on the page in the various forms of content that we have. So the first thing that we can do is we could change the page name, right? So we could make that Christian Search Marketing Services. Now be aware that if we do change the page name, that it's going to also change the menu item in your navigation. So maybe this is too long, maybe getting the keyword in there feels weird in the navigation menu. So maybe you don't want to do the whole thing, and we could just use part of the keyword. But it's good to use something that's related to the keyword, or at least part of the keyword in there. So maybe we just make that search marketing. It's not quite as strong a signal, but it's still pretty good. Beyond that, we want to try to work that keyword into the page a few times. One of the easier ways to do that is to just have a heading for the page. So maybe we put Christian Search Marketing Services as the heading for the page, which is right there at the top. And then to really emphasize it, what we want to do is go into our Format drop-down menu and select Heading 1. The Heading 1 will set up what's called an H1 tag in the HTML, which usually is used for page headings or page names. And so it's a very strong signal to the search engines. And if you can get a keyword into the H1, that's really a very good signal to the search engines. You only want to use the H1 once though, and so if you have more than one keyword you're targeting, or if you have other headings on the page, you can use the H2 or the H3 or something like that. Not quite as strong of a signal as the H1, but it still sends a signal. All right, you'll notice that the text actually did change its appearance. It's pretty typical that the H tags have default settings. So we can change that though. You don't have to be stuck with that. So you can just go into the font size and we'll change that to 14, make it smaller. You'll see that it's still a heading, but it's now smaller, so it can fit, however you want it to look on the site. All right, so we've used the keyword once on our page, and that's good, but it's usually good to do 2 or 3 times. If it's a shorter page like this is, maybe we just use it twice. If it's a longer page, 3, maybe 4 times if you have a lot of paragraphs. All right, so we're just going to look for a natural way to do this. Talking about people finding the site, SEO is the way to go. Can bring SEO helps you get to the top of the search results, bring more visitors to your site, so don't delay. Okay, that'd be a good one. Our church or our Christian search. No need to capitalize that. Search marketing services can help. So don't delay. All right, so this is a natural way to work it in there. You don't want to just throw keywords in there. They're going to feel awkward to your readers. You want something that looks natural, that reads natural, so that it fits in with the web page. But you do want to try to work those keywords in as much as, or not as much as you can, but at least 2 or 3 times. All right, so we've got it in there. You notice we're not going to put it into an H tag. We've already done that once. We only need to do it once, and it's good to have it just in the regular content. All right, beyond that, there's one other thing we're going to show real quick, which is that you can actually optimize the image as well. So if you select the image, and we'll go to edit it by clicking on the image icon, you'll notice that every image has an image description and title, and we can put our keyword right there. This should describe the image, so it shouldn't be something completely unrelated to the image, but in this case, a picture of SEO and Christian Search Marketing Services is pretty close, so that shouldn't be a problem. We'll go ahead and update that, and now we've got our keyword used in there a couple of times. We have it set up with the image. We have it used in a heading tag that's a pretty decently optimized page. There's more that you could do, but this would have a pretty big impact on your search rankings, depending on the authority that you have for your site. So now that we've made these changes, you just click on Save Changes so that we don't lose them, and voila, we have a pretty well optimized page. So I hope this information has been useful for you. I encourage you to go to your site and do some of this optimization. If you have any questions about SEO or about hosting or web design or anything like that, or if you'd like help with the actual optimization of your website, we can do that as well. Please contact us at support@OurChurch.com. Thank you.